What's shaking YouTubeites? It's Thursday. You know what that means. It's the CovrPrice comic book shakers of the week. A very special in this very special episode of Blossom. Hey, we hit 7,000 subs.
All right.
Thank you guys all for actually
it's like round of applause.
It's actually like 12,000 subs since
it's true.
My channel got taken down at 5,000 subs and I had to grind my way back up. But I appreciate every single one of you, man. It's been a grind, man, but it's not about the subs. It's about the people of you and the people who mention us and things of that nature. But I appreciate all you guys.
I think that means a giveaway is in order.
Yeah, so you know what? Since we're at 7,000 subs, let's go old school introduction, man.
Ooh.
Old school. Let's go like DJ Curse, DJ TiVo remix old school.
Damn, collaboration.
Right. Yeah.
Bust it. Shake and bake and pull it back. Oh my God.
Well, that's not it. Hold on a second, man.
That was the Dark Side Jedi thing. That was sweet.
Yeah, it was. So I was like, what am I doing here? Hold on. I'll find it.
It was still sounded cool, though.
Yeah, I know it still sounded cool. But, we need people to congregate. So here we go. This is a DJ Curse mix that I remixed myself. So enjoy and congregate. And this way I can highlight every single one of you guys to show appreciation while you guys congregate in live chat.
Shake and bake and pull it back. Oh my God.
Hold on and get some, boys. In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's three greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is update.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is update. In this, you shall know that the Lord is update. Go on and get some, boys.
What the heck is the deal? I'm the best there is.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is update.
What's in the box?
Like a spider monkey.
Old school, baby. Old school.
And there was a picture of me without a beard. That looked weird.
That was weird. Speaking of beards, a.k.a. Mr. Bolo, Jack, say what's up.
What's going on, everybody, lords? Everybody in the chat rolling in. Appreciate everybody. I love this Thursday evening routine. Ready to rock.
All right. Speaking of rock, Dark Side Jedi, say what's up.
Thursdays are a fun night. This is, if you get one, you should feel good about yourself. This is the offer list, man. So let's get to it.
This is the Matt DeVoe revenge list for people who got too many lists. So since it's a milestone episode, meaning I've said on Tuesday we're going to hit 7,000 subs, and we did before today's show. So I want to just shout out all the sponsors for the show that I don't always get to shout out, man. So shout out to my man Rocket Comics at rocketcomics.com. Go to Rocket Comics on Instagram. Use the discount code of LOTLB, and or actually just tell them the Lord sent you, and you'll get like I think it's 15-20% off your first pressing order. And any be it one book or 100 books, you get, that's a lot of money for pressing, and they can submit your books to CGC and their facilitators. I understand. You know, there's been a lot of stuff being said about them, but I still stand by them. They're doing their back. Put it this way, CDC is backed up for everybody. It's not just Rocket Comics.
I saw something online that said to 2023. Was that an exaggeration?
I don't think so.
That's probably exaggeration. But
I spoke to Scott.
Crazy.
I spoke to Scott personally over at Rocket Comics, and they said that things are getting better now. That things are moving along because you know, they need to train the graders that they just hired. Obviously, also a show sponsored by our great friends over. You know what? Before we get to them, let's go here. Our great friends over at the GeekySwagShop.com. But if you ever wonder where you can get a Lord's T-shirt, go to the GeekySwagShop.com. Use discount code of LOTLB. You can get 15% off anything actually in the Geeky Swag Shop. Right now, there's hoodies. Remember the Gators?
Yeah,
I still have my Gator. Yeah, they're T-shirts, hoodies, and I spoke to them a couple of weeks ago, and they're doing new stuff that they're gonna send me samples of. So who knows, man? Maybe you'll get like I don't know, a tank top, or maybe
I'd like a baseball hat, like a trucker cap or something.
Yeah, or
That'd
maybe
be cool.
like a Lords of the Long Box sunshade for your car.
There you go.
All right. Show's also sponsored by our good friends at KRSComics.com. Make sure you hit up KRSComics.com. Use discount code of LOTLB to get 15% off anything in the KRS Comics store. This includes everything, the pool boxes, everything. It's all combined into one website now. You don't have to go to it's KRSpoolbox.com. No, it's all under KRScomics.com, and that discount code works for everything. So why, hey, who doesn't love 15% off brand new comics, right?
No.
Speaking of which, this drops
Pretty.
Friday, I do believe.
The fiery redhead right there.
Yeah, let me make sure I have my information right, but that is in Lee. Let me see.
You just struck the jackpot, Tiger.
Yeah. I think it's coming out tomorrow. But just set your jack. Yeah, this is basically the homage to the Wolverine cover, right? The Wolverine miniseries, if you like. So make sure Lee In Hook. I'm sorry, I mispronounced his name. Lee In Hook variant that's dropping on KRS Comics. So make sure you peep it out. Tomorrow's Friday. Oh my God, I am tripping. I thought it was like Tuesday. Oh my God.
It's been one of those weeks, brother. It's been one of those weeks.
Oh, I'm telling you. Okay, yes, this drops definitely tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. The Lee In Hook Lee variant on KRSComics.com. Don't forget to use the discount code of LOTLB to get 15% off anything in the KRS Comics store. Anything. New comics, variants, exclusive, whatever. And of course, this show is proudly sponsored by our good friends over at CovrPrice.com. Go to CovrPrice.com for all your price guides, collections, and trends and lists. And you get to see the Shakers list.
It wouldn't be a CovrPrice Shakers list if we didn't have CovrPrice.com. So
and the top 10. And Matt DeVoe, I already saw, is lurking in there. So if you have any questions about CovrPrice, just at Matt in the live chat. And yeah, so this is the Shakers list. So if you have a full-blown subscription, only $6.99 a month. You know what? I literally paid more for
it's a gallon of gas these days. Shit.
I paid more for a cup of coffee. My girlfriend asked me to go to Starbucks for her, and the order ended up being more. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
First of all, there was like 10 words in it. I was like, I'm not saying this. So I read it. I said,
did you have to speak Italian or French?
I looked at it and I just said, hey, dude, just get this order for me. I think my girlfriend was messing with me because she wanted me to say all these words like double upside down.
Oh my God, that's so funny that you say that. I saw a video. It was like a thing that people were doing on TikTok where they were sending their boyfriends or their other significant others to Starbucks and having them order these ridiculous drinks that don't exist. It's really funny.
Here's how I am. When I go to Starbucks, you know what I get? Iced tea. I don't even like. I just drink coffee at home.
I like an iced Americano.
Oh, that's strong.
Very good.
That's super strong. Once again, boys and girls, this is the Cover Price Top 10. I'm going to thank also show has always been sponsored by Comics, Tunes, and Toys in Tustin, California. My LCS. The Big To Do Mike is one of the best comic shops in all of
Awesome shop.
California. May I say all the nation.
I'm lucky to be there twice. So
yeah,
it's
a
definitely
great
an awesome
shop.
place.
Swing by Comics, Tunes, and Toys. Say hello to Mike. He'll talk you up. Mike is a proud sponsor of the show, and he had actually Oblivion songs on his wall after the news dropped, and he wasn't gouging people. He would only had he priced them at, I believe, $15 to $20. If you look,
You mean
eBay,
they were priced, and he didn't like go on eBay and like look
He
up
never
current
does that.
prices? No, I know he's a good guy.
Mike
I'm
has
just
even
being
told me, like,
sarcastic.
when somebody has pulled something out and said it, and he goes, good one, you got it. And, I didn't even know I had that. And he gives them for the price. So
Isn't that the joy of digging?
That is digging in them long boxes.
Yeah.
So shout out to Comics, Tunes, and Toys. Yeah, man. So this is the Cover Price Top 10. Oh my God, I'm
Shakers list, baby.
It's been a long week. I forgot it was Thursday. This is the Cover Price Shakers of the Week. This list comes from our friends at Cover Price, focusing on new sales or the most interesting sales found in their exclusive daily Shakers list. This list changes several times a day, so make sure you check it out every day to review some of the hottest trending books on the market. So make sure after we go over these 10 books to stick around, because we're going to go right onto the Cover Price, our website, and see what's shaking today, boys and girls. But before that, we got these that were selected, and some interesting books on here. So you're not going to go over, because some of these books are somewhat new, but man, there's some ones in here I have never seen in my life. But let's get right to it. What do we got first?
All right. First up, we got a little bit of a twofer. So we're
twofer.
We're twofer. So we're cheating a bit here, but we have two Amazing Spider-Man issues. Amazing Spider-Man number 554 from 2010 and Amazing Spider-Man number 638 from 2008. Well, we finally got the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, and it was awesome. Like always, these trailers often leave plenty of unanswered questions, leading fans to a lot of speculation to fill in those answers. The make everyone forget spell led many to the one more day and one moment in time storylines that circled around Peter Parker and Mary Jane making a deal with Mephisto to save Aunt May by sacrificing their marriage and erasing decades of continuity. The connection being made here is that Mephisto, yes, Mephisto, the one character that's becoming a running speculation joke, is actually Mephisto disguised as a dark Stephen Strange in No Way Home. This is being pushed issues like ASM 545, where the deal with Mephisto is made, to new highs of $290 for a 9.8 and $345 for an ASM 638, where the terms of the deal were revealed. And if you recall, speculation was way off after Far From Home trailer, where Hydro Man, Sandman, Molten Man, and even the Elementals' first appearances were scorching hot due to some guesswork. So, of course, like that film, time will tell when we find out in just a few months when we get to see this highly anticipated film.
In the trailer, they had Doctor Strange standing next to a fireplace, and it looked a little bit like Mephisto standing in front of the fireplace in the panel. So I'm just saying.
And for those really eagle-eyed viewers, on the actual the mug he's holding, it said, "What the fox is going on here?" Almost like a dig toward Fox Studios. So, that doesn't seem like Doctor Strange's MO, right? Like, if you think about the spell he did for Thor, remember that at the end of Thor Ragnarok, I believe it was, or no, one of the movies. The end credit scene was Thor in the Sanctum Sanctorum, and he goes, "No, I have to be very careful with this spell." He grabs a piece of Thor's hair. And so the casualness of how he did the how he did the wink, you know, and then there's that meme also with the wink with what's her name from WandaVision,
Harkness.
Agatha Harkness, right? So you know,
What
it's
struck
kind of
me,
interesting.
what struck me was the line, "Be careful what you wish for, Peter." And
Because
it
that
was
sounded
kind of
ominous.
said very
Yeah.
ominously. Yes.
Yeah, that did not sound like Doctor Strange. So it'd be very curious. So you know, it's very interesting. And why was there so much snow in there? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but there you
Very
go.
strange.
So interesting thing enough about this book. Everybody's buying it now, though. But the whole Mephisto erasing memory storyline was really hated on. Like after Clone Saga, this was like the least favorite Spider-Man storyline because it basically erased a bunch of continuity. It made so Peter Parker was no longer married to Mary Jane. So I mean, you know, now people are like buying them up, but when it came out, people were highly critical of it. They hated it, right? So it's kind of interesting. It's like, well, now it's a cool book, but you know what? It just goes to show you that the movies aren't direct adaptations, right? They take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, throw it up, make a gumbo pot of goodness, and it comes out. But
I mean, as much as people say they want things pulled from the books, I think if everything was pulled from the book, you'd be bored. And let's be honest, you know.
yeah,
So I like how they pull things, but it's not a direct. It's kind of, sort of, you know.
yeah, I don't even think we've seen the most end of it. Tobey Maguire, the Andrew Garfield. That I mean, if there was a leaked version of the trailer that dropped, and also leaked stills that show Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. So man, this is gonna be. It seems like each film now is just bigger and bigger. Like what I'm hearing from Shang-Chi is like it's like the trailer is not nearly half of what's going on. Like it's really delves into like the fantasy martial arts of everything as opposed to just, you know, kind of gritty street fighting that you saw on the train or on the bus. Like it goes really dark, deep into the fantasy and lore. So it's good to see, man, because you know what? I can dig it, man, and that seems to be the way Marvel's going. So I mean, WandaVision kind of really kind of kicked that off on how you know there's other forces at work, and then the Eternals with the Celestials, forget about it. But anyway, first on the list is 2 books. All right, Amazing Spider-Man, whatever. Anyway, next up on the list, what do we got?
One More Day books.
This book, I think a lot of people should get should get on the board with this book.
So this is Black Panther #2 from 2005, and new rumors have come out that Shuri will take the mantle of Black Panther in the now filming Black Panther 2. I'd like to take just a second and wish Latita Wright a get well soon. She was released from the hospital after a stunt injury on the set yesterday. So get well to you. And while this is unconfirmed, the rumor is running strong and has reignited her first appearance and pushed it to new heights, like this week's CGC 9.8 that sold for, get this, $1,100.
Wow. I
Wow.
thought that was I think that's pretty low, actually.
You think so?
To be honest with you, yeah.
I do. I think that I mean, of all the books you're looking at first appearances going forward, I would think Shuri with the World of Wakanda show and Black Panther 2, there's just so much like runway left, I think, of her being in the spotlight.
Yeah, I mean, just look what happened when they announced that Riri Williams was going to be in Black Panther 2, and that just exploded. I mean, she was, I think, 4 or 5 slots on the CovrPrice top 10 on different versions of it. You know, there's also rumors of Storm actually appearing in Black Panther 2, so we shall see, man. But it may have changed because originally when I heard that Storm was going to be in Black Panther 2, you know, Chadwick Boseman was still alive, and that was, you know, obviously in the comics they got married and, you know, they had this whole thing plus but you know, they probably had to change the script a bit, unfortunately, because of the passing of Chadwick Boseman. But yeah, man, can't wait to see it, man. The Marvel and Disney slate coming up for 2022 is absolutely bonkers.
It's exciting.
Just this year. I mean, we have Shang-Chi, the Eternals, and Spider-Man: Far From Home or No Way Home.
Yeah.
That's just 3. How many they going to do? I don't mind. Hey,
And then they
make
just
a-
released that video game trailer that was pretty sweet.
Oh, that video game, Midnight Suns, looks incredible. You know what?
Mephisto wasn't in it, but he couldn't be, right?
Don't give me a live action movie. Just give me a CG movie
Or not Mephisto.
with that. Yeah, that was Lilith, the Queen of Demons.
I meant Morbius, but he can't be in it because of Sony shit, right?
No, the video games they can put characters in.
Well, I didn't see Morbius in it. Wasn't he part of the Suns? The Midnight Suns?
But I think it's the main character in that video game is a character named the Hunter. And she does not exist in the Marvel comics. So that's
Not
the
yet.
one that they pull from the tomb.
That's a great point, Ryan.
And then she says, "Hello, mother," and she's referring to Lilith. That's the crazy horned lady, is Lilith, the mother of demons. So if that gets popular and that character gets a first appearance, and just forget about it, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna blow up. I mean, just look at Wednesday and the Darkhawk, right? Anytime a first appearance, boom, everybody knows, and it's just hyper explosive. So there you go. So Black Panther number 2 from 2005. Remember, there's multiple volumes of this. This is the Marvel Knights run. So remember 2005.
Is this the like more adult version kind of?
It was
like,
supposed to be, correct,
Vertigo
yes.
was for DC.
Yeah,
Correct,
Marvel Knights was more gritty, street level stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think at one point, I think it was part of Marvel Knights where they made like a supernatural version of the Punisher, which was awful. Do you remember that? There was like it was like a ghost. It was like a Punisher, like ghost demon or something like that. It was not good. It was not good. Yeah. All right. What do we got up next on? Oh, Jack will like this.
Yeah, my man Ryan thought he was sticking me with these odd numbers. Little did he know I was going to get hyped.
Maybe I knew, man. Maybe I knew.
You know, Cobra issue number 19. We're looking at the retail incentive from IDW in 2012. And in 2012, IDW released several Rock Tour homage variants. It's in this set that you'll find hot market favorites like the TMNT number 18 Nirvana Nevermind homage and the Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow number 19 Purple Rain. However, this Jimi Hendrix by artist Anthony Fuso is truly a difficult book to find. This is simply a book that does not show up often. A CGC 9.4 copy made a rare appearance and sold for $800. The only sale we've ever been able to track.
I've never seen this book. It's awesome. I love Hendrix too.
I have this one in my PC that I picked up probably 8 years ago or so, in a fashion in which you find any IDW incentive, like pure luck, just digging through a box of variants. And really at the time, I didn't even know what this was. It just looked cool. Yeah. And I kind of have a rule. If you see an incentive with Baroness on the cover, you grab it. But this has been one that like I have never seen again. And you just don't even see it on people's back wall.
It's very psychedelic, hence the Jimi Hendrix.
Black
I mean, it almost looks like a black light poster for kids who grew up in the 80s. We used to have posters on our wall with black lights. But
velvety, they were velvety posters.
I've never seen this either, but it looks totally psychedelic. Yo, bro, so trippy, man. So Cobra number 19, the retailer incentive variant from 2012. I'm telling you, man, it's just variants from just 10 years ago, just popping up, man. But
left and right, really.
Yeah, before nobody cared, but in the last 2 years, people are going and digging in them long boxes and finding these buried treasures. So
there's gold in the hills. Fantastic Four number 55. This is from 1966, and one-on-one battles on the cover. Rock. We love them. I mean, there's a hashtag Throwdown Thursday, and Fantastic Four number 55 fits this mold. This classic Jack Kirby, Joe Sinnott cover depicts the Silver Surfer blasting the Thing in the chest with a power cosmic and powered energy blast. And while there are over 1,100 universal copies on the CGC census, less than 25% of those copies fall into the 9.0 and above grade. While we've seen some books cool off of late, Fantastic Four number 55 is not slowing down, as we just had an all-time high sales in the CGC 9.0 and 8.0 grade ranges, hitting $1,149 and $550 respectively. Those are pretty respective prices.
Pretty dope cover, man. Pretty
that's
dope
a sweet ass cover.
Almost similar to Silver Surfer number 4. Similar, right? But they're a little bit further apart, closer than
Thor Defenders 10 also reminds me of, with Thor and Hulk.
And these are not easy to find in high grade. I especially these kind of, really, people didn't think there were any first appearances in them or anything of that nature. Like, FF48s, people, first appearance of a Surfer, you could find those in high grades, but there's some other issues. It's just hard to find in high grade. So, so go for you. Fantastic Four number 55. You notice the graphic is a little bit different because I think there was, on the CovrPrice website, the price hadn't updated yet. So, Matt, look into that. All right. What do we got next?
All right, next up,
here's your offer.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, though? Shout out to everybody in the chat who's been sitting here 2 out of 4 and 3 out of 4.
Yeah, impressive.
That's impressive. So far. It's people crushing it. But yeah, this is the one that shuts that down, because we got Giant Comics Editions number 15 from St. John in 1950. Any chance that we can showcase a Matt Baker cover, we're going to. The king of romance covers, Baker dominated a rare trend that juxtaposed the pre-code horror books that came out next to these. The sugar sweet covers just made fantastic covers that have little modern day competition. This is exactly why Baker books are climbing faster than ever. Take this book, which is widely considered one of the 10 most valuable romance comics, which hit a new raw height of $2,282.87 for a gorgeous VG copy.
Hey, can I request something from KRS? Can we have Natalie Sanders homage one of these romance kind of covers for one of her upcoming books?
Does. Yeah, but her style's more modern. Because I think
I know it's just so cool. These old school things.
The good girl kind of pin-up, still, aesthetic to these comics, and I think. I mean, what fanboy was in the 90s was like, you know what? I need to go get that real romance comic.
I mean, this almost gets to the Rockwellian Americana kind of feeling for me. I mean, it's just
super true. Super true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also think there's we're like a documentary or a movie about Matt Baker away from these things hitting like another stratosphere, because so many people just don't realize that he was one of the few people of color working in comics in his era.
Exactly. We talked about him on one of our other Shaker shows as well. He did the good go covers. Interesting. And I hate to talk about this again, but the Amazon documentary, and they talk about how after when the Congress got involved and, the seduction of the innocent or whatever the hell it was, and they put the Comics Code Authority, they kind of forced the big two or the big publishers to, all I could do was a romance comics and war comics, but nothing else. You know what? But you couldn't show too much skin, but you could show somebody shooting somebody in the head, which is kind of weird the way the Comics Code Authority worked back then until Stan Lee said screw it, and he did a drug issue and said I don't want to have to do the Comics Code Authority, and then Neil Adams said okay and took that. It was actually Neil Adams that got it from Stan Lee. They did a drug story. I think I told a story before where Stan Lee said I believe it was somebody at Congress or whomever said, hey, can you guys do an anti-drug story? Right? And he did an anti-drug story where Spider-Man saved the guy who was high off his mind from jumping off of a cliff.
He was on
and
LSD.
The Comics Code Authority wouldn't approve it. And he was saying, but the comic was saying drugs were bad for you. They go, well, any reference of drugs. And then, that's when it was just like, now it's getting ridiculous. So, So there you go, Comics Code Authority.
You know, it's interesting. I read an article in Overstreet, the Overstreet Price Guide, probably about 5 years ago, and they were talking about books to look out for or trends that are starting to pick up. And obviously, since that was from last year, because the year that you buy the book is obviously. But they were saying look out for horror comics, pre-code horror, pre-code romance, and pre-code war books. And it's funny to see now, 5 years later, that a lot of I haven't seen a lot of war books, but I have seen a lot of romance and a lot of horror on these lists.
Yeah, I mean, every week we on our Shakers list, we always see an EC a horror book with some really gnarly covers too. I mean, they're really great covers. So, it's just the next thing where people were just, if they got everything, well, let me go on to the next thing. But this is a VG copy, not even graded, for $2,200. Okay. Wow. That's incredible. So Giant Comics Edition, issue number 15 from 1950. All right. Here's another good chance for you guys to get on the list. Maybe.
This is Invincible Iron Man number 9. This is the Chris Turcotte Apocalypse variant back from 2016. And when it comes to the most expensive Riri book, this is it. Despite the ongoing debate of Invincible Iron Man number 7 versus Invincible Iron Man number 9 as the first appearance of Riri, the market has clearly decided. This week, one collector helped push this one to a massive new height of a 9.8, selling for $3,795. But the crazier part is that this still isn't the height for this book.
That is crazy. Here's seems to be like this seems to be like the workflow or how it happens, right? We knew Riri Williams was coming to the MCU, right? She was getting her own Disney Plus show. But then they announced the actress, it gets another bump. Then they announced that she's going to be in Black Panther 2. It gets another bump. And then and here's the next iteration of this. When we first see her in a trailer, it'll get another bump yet again. Because apparently, all news stories, people don't believe until they actually see it in the trailer. Like, it's just how it is. Look at Eternals. Eternals was kind of gestating there for a while, and then the new trailer dropped, and it went up again. It's just like it's cyclical, right? It's just whenever it has cycles. If you read the tea leaves, you can kind of figure out when to buy and when to sell. I'll just leave it at that. All right. So Invincible Iron Man number 9, the Chris Turcotte. I guess I'm gonna say it.
I'm gonna say Turcotte. I think that's because there's Turcotte in hockey.
If he's
hockey players, so.
There you go. Thanks for the hockey reference.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got next?
Sweet.
Yeah, kicking it back old school, back to the golden age. We're talking about Jungle Comics number 11 from Fiction House in 1940. This is not a book that sells often, but the sale this week for a CGC 4.5 made us
sorry, just to interrupt you in a second. I'm sorry, that's a typo on my part. That's not Jungle Comics number 1, it's Jungle Comics number 11. All right, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yep, all good. But the sale this week for a CGC 4.5 made us sit up and take notice because it was as massive as the dinosaurs that grace its cover. Jungle Comics was a very long-running series during the Golden Age, and the early issues can be tough to come by. This issue from 1940 is classified as rare on the Gerber Scarcity Index and only has 18 copies graded on the CGC census. That rarity led to a new overall record for this book, with the sale of a CGC 4.5 for $3,840, beating out the prior record for this book of $3,391 that was set in 2019 for a CGC 9.0. Wow. That's right. A 4.5 just sold for more than a 9.0 sale from 2 years ago.
Holy shit.
Wow.
At least two bidders must have seen something they likely liked because that was definitely an all-out bidding war.
Good Lord.
There were just two dudes that really wanted it really bad. So,
I mean, it is super cool. That's a cool cover.
Almost looks like Kazar on there, right?
Yeah, it definitely does have that kind of look, right? A little Savage Land action.
Yeah. Because I do believe the Kazar Marvel, there was a golden iteration of Kazar as well. I don't know if it was Atlas or whomever did it, but it was. I remember the Silver Age first appearance is obviously of Kazar is in X-Men, but I believe he predates that in like there's another book where it's like Kazar, Namor, and Angel, not the Angel but the old school Golden Age Angel. I'm picturing the cover right now, but I can't think of it. But it also features Kazar on there as well. So Jungle Comics number 11 from Fiction House, good old Fiction House Publishing from 1940. All right, what do we got next?
Sailor Moon number 1 from Tokyo
boy.
Pop. This is back from 1998. And speaking of anime, Sailor Moon's first ongoing series has been featured on our list before via the pink San Diego Comic-Con variant for this issue, which is a very strange cover. I don't think if you've seen it, you would never recognize it.
No, exactly. Unless you're a big Sailor Moon fan.
Exactly. Yeah. However, this standard cover is officially a powerhouse on its own with a new high sale of almost $1,500, $14.95 for a CGC 9.8 this week. With the recent heat behind One Punch Man and My Hero Academia, it's pretty amazing to see these animated properties joining the comic market craze. My son loves manga. He reads
This is becoming the Sailor Moon YouTube channel. Let me tell you something.
It really is.
If you're looking for that Sailor Moon spec, you got to be here. And if you are one of the couple hundred people that are in the live chat every week and thousands of people that watch it on the replay, and you're not checking those long boxes for Sailor Moon books at this point, What are you doing?
I'm definitely going to start looking.
This seems to be the new trend now of anime properties that people are looking for, just like everything, really, right? I mean, from Ghostbusters to video game like Mario to other things. I mean, I'm telling you, I predict it now. When the Indiana Jones trailer drops, people are going to pick up that mini series from Marvel. That's the first appearance of Indiana Jones in the comics, right? Mm-hmm. If you think about it, there's a Matrix comic as well, and I heard they showed the Matrix trailer at CinemaCon.
Yeah, they released the title of the movie as well.
Yeah, was it Resurrection?
Resurrection, I think.
Yeah, Matrix Resurrection. Mm-hmm. They said it was incredible. So maybe those. I think DC was the one that did the movie variant for the Matrix, right? So I mean, but hey. Manga and anime is a huge and worldwide base of collectors.
I've read some cases where manga is selling more than comics in America right now.
It already is. No, it's fact. Oh, yeah. That is documented fact, and it's a scary number. Not only is manga outselling comics, there are specific manga. I don't want to quote a name and be wrong, but I think there's one book that's like outselling like the big two publishers in total.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's the type.
I mean, that says something about just the push for. I mean, our generation had some anime, but I don't remember it being as popular as it is today. I mean, there was some kids that were into it, but they were like the weird emo kids.
Hey,
today,
I wasn't emo.
I'm just saying. Today, it's the comic book where comics used to be and geek stuff used to be underground. Now it's like out in the open. Well, 100%. I think manga is finally getting, and anime is finally getting that respect as well.
I remember going. I was in junior high, and they used to show in the Bay Area. I think it was on Channel 2, KTVU. And they didn't show in the mornings or on Saturday mornings. It was like, you remember they used to have afternoon cartoons that started like at 3 p.m. when you got home from school. And that's when I first started, back 82, 83, whatever, is when I first saw what we call Robotech, but was basically the Macross Saga. I saw Captain Harlock, Space Battleship Yamato, which was called Star Blazers. Also, Gatchaman, which I think was called G-Force here. I mean, so that's what I grew up on, and of course mech, like Mazinger and all that stuff. But now with the worldwide reach of the internet, people can access these and consume these, as opposed to before 1982. It was whatever was on TV, or you had to go to like
You had to go to a con and get it from Japan. I mean, it wasn't available here.
Actually, I mean, or I remember going at like video stores that were like Japanese owned, and they would import them, and they were a grip to rent. Hell, I remember renting Hong Kong movies on Laserdisc.
Damn.
Yeah.
What's that?
Exactly, Laserdisc, man. By the way, if you have the Star Wars Laserdiscs, those are worth a lot of money. So just hold on to those. Yeah. But believe it or not, we had a early generation Laserdisc player. It was a Pioneer, one of the Pioneer Elites. The thing weighed like fucking 20 pounds, I think. And it could play Laserdisc and CDs. This is like, oh God, this is like when CDs first came out. There was a little hole in the middle. It'll play CDs. But a lot of it, the Laserdiscs were done for karaoke, right? You know, because Laserdiscs, they could do karaoke, and that's what the popularity of them. But, you know, too bad they weren't more, you know, popular. But, you know, because almost like record albums, right? Where you get like the jackets.
They were as big as records, right?
Yeah, I meant too bad. Rest in peace to Laserdisc, man. Sailor Moon, number 1 from 1998 on the list. What do we got next?
All right, next up, a little Marvel classic.
I have one on the list.
Yeah, this is one we may see some excited people adding to their first numbers.
It's a shit copy, but I have it.
You know, hey, low grade's better than no grade.
Right.
We're talking about Werewolf by Night, number 33 from Marvel in 1975. And things are building for the 2022 Disney Plus Moon Knight series, and collectors and speculators alike are grabbing the coolest Moon Knight books they can find. I mean, sure, if you have 20 to 40 grand to drop on a super high grade copy of Werewolf by Night 32, knock yourself out. If you don't have that kind of money hanging around, how about the next best thing? Moon Knight's second appearance in Werewolf by Night number 33. If you are going to grab a copy or two, you might want to do it quickly because super high grade copies are already on the rise. If you had the foresight last year, you could have grabbed a CGC 9.6 copy of Moon Knight's second appearance for $500 to $600. At the time, you might have been thinking, that seems like a lot for just a second appearance. Well, right now, you're wishing you could get a beautiful copy for that price because we just saw an all-time high for a CGC 9.6 for almost $2,700, around 5 times the low from last year and double the last high in that grade set back in February 2021. Werewolf, it's nuts. Werewolf by Night number 33 has yet to blow up in the CGC census, while there is a whopping 4,000 plus copies graded of Werewolf by Night number 32. There's only 886 copies of Werewolf by Night number 33 with a meager 40 Universal CGC 9.6 copies and 9 CGC 9.8 copies. If this is where we are with a teaser trailer, just wait until we get a full trailer and a lot more hype for the Moon Knight MCU series.
I'm can't wait for it.
Werewolf by Night, Moon Knight and Ghost Rider. Those two are the kind of crazy astronomical. What was it? The first appearance of Ghost Rider sold for what? 250,000 at
280. I thought it was high. It was a high amount.
Yeah, I have a copy of this too, but mine is mine's not.
Mine's in probably the 5.0 range.
Same here. Yeah. I mean, you know, because who cared about the second appearances back?
And I have number 34, which I think is his third appearance, maybe? I don't know.
I've been collecting since the 80s, and nobody ever collected second appearances. I may be wrong, but everybody wanted either issue number 1 or second appearances. For quite a while, G.I. Joe number 2 was worth more than G.I. Joe number 1 because G.I. Joe number 1 was ordered a lot and G.I. Joe number 2 was not ordered as much, and so it was more rare. Same with Spawn number 2, right? They really over ordered on the first issue, expecting a drop off on the second issue. So at one point, issue number 2 of Spawn was worth more than issue number 1, and G.I. Joe number 2 was really rare. It was more rare than G.I. Joe number 1. So we shall see. I mean, if you just watch this show, and just look at, we're not predicting the future, but if you can kind of see trends that pop up, right? You see romance, horror, second appearances, multiple printings, because now they're like, I can't get the first printing, but guess what? You know what? This fifth printing, it was a pretty low print run, and just because it has a different color label, and and that was it. So. That's why we say just read the tea leaves, boys and girls. Read the tea leaves. All right. We got one more last one. Make sure you stick around, though, for we're going to go over to CovrPrice website, see what's shaking today. And I'm going to make the announcement on the 7,000 subs giveaway. So what is the last book on the list?
Last book of the night, ladies and gentlemen. This is X-Men number 25. This is the gold logo variant from 1993. And back then, this book was a big deal. First, nothing was bigger than Wolverine in the 90s. So when Wolverine went toe-to-toe with Magneto, the master of magnetism, was able to strip the adamantium from his bones, pulling through his pores and leaving Logan for dead. It was brutal. It was shocking. It set the table for some pretty massive revelations, such as Wolvie's claws were always there, and now they're bone. And also, it marked the exact moment of Onslaught's birth, after Professor X unleashed an equally brutal psychic attack on Magneto in retaliation. In terms of the 90s, X-Men comics, this is a pretty important issue. This week's new high sale of $560 for a CGC 9.8 of this gold logo version shows us that both nostalgia and key issue collectors are giving this a boost. Man, we would love to see this scene play out one day in the MCU. Could you imagine having his bone? It would have to be an R-rated movie.
No,
but it would be awesome. And I have this book, ladies and gentlemen.
I think
I got to send it in for CGC.
For the longest time, I thought there was the black and white cover that is the most sought after. Was that the X-Men number 25 as well? I'm trying to remember.
There was a black and white one, and then there was like the normal one or yellow, the yellow or something.
Yeah, the black and white one I think is the one that most collectors seek out. But hey, this is 90s
the 1 in
excess,
50, right?
I believe so. I don't know if
the black and white was the 1 in 25.
Yeah.
I could be wrong though.
90s excess at its best, right? You got a foil, hologram on there. It's a gold logo.
Oh man, put me on full screen and I'll show you the hologram. It's sweet. I got the perfect light for it. You can.
Sure. Hold on. You got it ready?
Yeah, it's ready, man.
Ooh,
nice.
Ryan with the gold logo. All right.
Yeah, baby.
Yes, Matt DeVoe. Thank you very much. The black and white is 1 in 100.
Oh, 1 in 100. Okay.
Wow, that's super rare. So stick around, boys and girls. I am going to see what's shaking today on the CovrPrice website. There you go. You don't need to see us. It's all about the webpage. All right. So there you go. We're just going through here. I won't show you my collection and see how massive it is. Just kidding. This is the top 10. These are the movers. These are most units sold. Most units sold. You can tell.
Wow, look at that. Oblivion Song, 91 in 1 week. That's big.
My LCS still had some on their wall.
Man, and just a prime example of a book when we talk about like people need to see stuff. Like that book was talk of option like the moment it came out.
Exactly.
And then an announcement got made like a year ago that it got optioned. And then just because now we have the casting, it's like, people assume every comic book news is fake news until like it's in there.
Exactly. And plus, I think it's also the star connected to it. Jake Gyllenhaal is
right.
So they have it when it's a bigger name like that. They go, well, it's got a better chance of being made, so maybe I should go get it. So let's see what's shaking today, boys and girls. They say I got 3 on there. That's crazy. Look at that.
What a jerk.
FF. Oh man.
Hey,
we were just talking about Jungle Comics, man.
He's got a ape in a headlock. I love it.
Look at that.
Conga.
This is Jungle Comics number 26 from 1942. This a 9.0 was sold for $18.99. But dude, this is a cool.
Man, if we have conventions this year, I'm getting in this Golden Age game. It's just so hard to know what to buy at what grade at what price, and the market just moves though.
Yeah.
I think if you're, I don't know, for Golden Age, any grade is fine.
His name is Conga.
Conga.
Conga and his mate battle with the gorilla of the Witch Queen. That is,
And
so
then there's
awesome.
Wombi, the Jungle Boy,
Yeah.
and Captain Terry Thunder. I love it.
I was safe to say you'll never see that in the wild, man.
You'd be surprised. I mean, if we can ever
Something
get
is killing the children
cons.
is always on this list, man. Always on this list. Oh my God. Well, a raw of this just sold for $1,000. Raw. Something is killing the children.
That
Jay Lee.
CGC backup is really affecting these raw prices.
Same thing happened in sports cards. When that PSA and BGS backed up, the game became about raw cards, and I think that's we're going to see the same thing.
You know, funny thing, I don't know if you ever watched Real Sports on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
They had a segment on the most recent episode about the recent spike or the recent, I guess, resurgence of trading cards, and they were talking about it. So you can peep it out if you can. They're talking about how big the trading card scene is.
Ooh, an
yet
action
again.
comic. Oh, that was a fake one.
Yeah,
$729 for 9.8. No, from 1976. Okay, I was about to say, holy shit, what?
I tell you what, though, the news and sports cards this week with all the licenses going to Fanatics makes me thank God that I'm in comic books full time and not sports cards, because that would be the equivalent of Marvel, DC, and Image all getting their books picked up by another company. Now, Random House is going to put those books out.
Hey, look, I own 2 of these. Strange Tales number 115.
That's Origin of Doctor Strange.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's another sneaky one.
Here it is. This is cool. Wings Comics from 1948. Another kind of good girl bondage cover, maybe.
Yeah,
man. A 3.5 so for $600, man. If you could find those, here's your.
You know, it's funny
Ryan.
that Strange Tales. Oh yeah, I love this. That's a hard book though.
Batman
that black
25.
cover, man.
$600 for a raw comic. Just the funniness of the.
It's the goofiest stories. Have you ever read Golden Age Batman stories?
Some of them, yeah.
They are the goofiest stories.
Yeah, I mean it's the Golden Age. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, same thing you'll get with Superman.
Yeah.
They had Superman foiling bank robberies, and even though he's the most powerful man in the world,
right,
or the universe, there you go. Hey, look at this Joker number 2. The Trevor Hairsine Santa Prisca variant.
That's where
very cool.
Bane is from.
Bane, the Vengeance cameo. There you go, $575 for a 9.8. Man, I remember this book.
Me too.
The scary thing is going to be though, what is that character now that Tynan's leaving?
Yeah, I was talking about this last week when we had the regular cover on the top 10. We had the
that's right. You were,
and I talked about how the black and white variant is.
I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, and sure enough, maybe they listened to me because somebody bought it yesterday. For
Matt does watch the show.
It's $475 for a raw copy, raw dog. Camp. Wow, 9.8 sold for
$1,200. Wow.
$1,200 in 2020, and this is damn near. This is very hard to find, by the way. But more power to you.
I just sold a 3.0 Action Comics 252 to our friend Big E, at
Big Easy.
Yeah, Big Easy.
Hey, you don't see many of these, man. Strange Tales before they actually had the
non-hero versions.
Look at that. Strange Tales number 30. Look at that cover. That's dope. The Thing in the Box. 450 for 7.5. There you go. I love these old covers. The horror covers, they're just I don't think modern covers can do them any justice. I meant
that Batman with the pink outfit with all the different colors, the rainbow Batmans that's a great cover.
Oh, this one?
Yes.
Did he wash his? Did he
the
wash
rainbow
his
Batman
with red socks or something?
No, it's just Pride Week.
Detective Comics 241.
That one issue a couple years ago has made so much merchandise because Funko Ram pops out.
Oh yeah, they did. I remember all those.
Did they make a Funko on this?
They did every color, every one of the colors, and then they did a Pez dispenser with each of them. They did so much product with this one issue, this concept.
I'm gonna tell you what. If you want to find out about what movies characters are showing up, just like look at Funko and Toys. They always seem to leak. Everywhere.
Okay.
Wow.
Planet
this is that
Comics.
This
Okay.
is that
What
much
if?
now.
Wow.
I have this. This is the what if the Punisher was basically Peter Parker. Wow,
That seems like a cool
$9.8
story.
for $405. Wow, it's amazing. Hey, Doctor Strange getting some love. I got this book too. Look at this one. I like pulling up just stuff that you don't see often. Ghost Comics number 9. It crawls by night. How awesome is that? From 1953. 5.5 for $400. I would do that.
Affordable.
I would totally
Look at
spend
that Planet Comics, man. That
I was
is
gonna say,
amazing. Look at that.
Very,
Oh my! I want this.
That
I
is
want
awesome.
this.
Weird Adventures on Other Worlds, the Universe of the Future. This
Oh,
is from
man.
1940, Planet Comics, issue number
Hey,
2.
affordable.
I mean, I don't know where you find these things.
I
but
mean,
man,
who knows? But that is awesome.
it is awesome, man. Of course, Spider-Man.
Goofy, furry,
dominates
purple
the
monster. Oh, there's a Fish song. I don't know if anybody listens to Fish, but
My name is Mud.
Purple Creatures from Mars or something like that. So maybe that's where it came from.
Here, there's a newer book for you guys. Uncanny X-Force, the Marco Djurjevic 1 in 75 variant. Did you tell me these Marco Djurjevic variants are pretty hot, man? Especially, obviously the Ultimate Fallout number 4, but I mean, 9.8 for $350. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Of course, we're going to see
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah. First meeting.
I like
of
that
Peter Parker and
Fantastic
Miles
Four
Morales.
cover. That's a cool cover. I've always liked that cover.
There's J. Scott Campbell on Spider-Man. First appearance of Moreland and Ezekiel. But J.R. Jr., John Romita Jr. did the internals, but J. Scott Campbell did the covers for, I want to say 5, 6, 7 issues or so. Pretty cool covers, man. I do believe this is also the first time J. Scott Campbell did a Spider-Man cover, but I think people are specking on it because of the first appearance of those characters, Moreland and Ezekiel. If you have Moreland and Ezekiel on your 2021 bingo list. Oh my God.
Does that say White Horror?
Yes, it does. White Horror Funnies, the adult edition.
Amazing.
You don't see that too often. This is from
The
1975.
70s was a crazy time.
My God, what am I? A white girl doing here naked? Oh my God, I can't even say that word.
Jesus
But let's just say that is super racist, man.
Yeah.
But people like collecting weird stuff, man. I have never seen that in my life.
either.
But
That is terrible.
you guys go look that up yourself. I'm not going to repeat it online.
Yeah, no thanks. That'll get clipped.
Yeah, I didn't even know until I started reading. I'm like, whoa, now. Eternal's getting some love. Master of Kung Fu.
Is that Jessica Cruz right there? Is that who's
Justice
getting
League 31?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. First full appearance of Jessica Cruz.
Yeah,
260 for a 9.8 sounds like a steal to me.
That's one of those books that there's so much argument about, like, what's her first appearance with the cameo, and then there's like 3 issues with Justice League 30, 31, and then Green Lantern 20. Because of that, I think it makes all of those books undervalued.
Speaking of corny Superman, Action Comics number 79. Lex, who is that? Dreaming of Sheep and Superman.
Is that the Penguin? No, not the Penguin.
I don't know.
I don't know who he is.
Oh,
but
that's
he's
funny.
dreaming of Superman and Sheep. Remember the old thing, if you want
Count
to fall
Sheep,
asleep,
yeah.
count Sheep. $250 for a raw comic. Wow, that's pretty awesome, man. Of course, Secret Wars is going to drop. Secret Wars is no longer a secret, to say the least.
All right, the worst
But-
kept secret.
Yeah, here's something cool.
Oh,
I'm pretty
first
sure.
time I've ever. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Albedo I can never say this. Anthropomorphics. So this is albedo number 4. Wow, 9.2 for 250. This is just scarcity at its. I mean, you can't find these. 1985, unless somebody was to go out to actively searching for them.
Yeah, they're tough.
like on eBay, you're not going to see these anywhere in a comic book shop or anywhere. I mean, and nobody looked at a Rabbit Ninja or Rabbit Samurai like, are you guys kidding me? But we're getting Albedo's Netflix series, I do believe.
Yep.
That Ultimate Fallout number 4 has on this list twice. I think there was a 9.8 up above.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, this is different. This is different.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is Lamolicon, I think, is in.
I was going to say that cover looks weird, but
It's either, is it La Molican in Mexico? I think.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's a foil, which is pretty darn cool. I want this now.
Yeah, that's cool. I've never seen it.
I
thought it was a bad picture.
I have 2 of the first prints. Now I want this foil. Now I want the foil. Yes, I'm a shiny person. First reprints, first appearance of Miles Morales, $232 for 9.6.
You got it easy.
I mean, if you're gonna, I would rather have this than the Marvel Previews book.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
Yeah. So there was a crazy sale of this book, and Forbes reported on it. I want to say it was a CDC 9.9 sold for an ungodly amount. Hold on, I'll show you right now. I think it was $60,000 for 9.9.
Holy crap! Oh, 9.9.
Yeah, it's a 9. But still, I mean, damn,
still a lot. Yeah.
I mean, somebody in the census asked, 52,000. Amazing Spider-Man 361 featuring the first appearance of Carnage hit a CGC 9.9. Only 1 of 4 are known to exist for a whopping 52,000.
Wow.
And this was a Comic Link auction, by the way. Wow, man. I mean, this is such a high print run too, or at least it seems like it, because everybody shows it. One more before we leave, because I love this cover.
That's a cool cover. Is that Storm?
Yep, this is when Storm and Black Panther were married. I think it was actually, they were married in a Fantastic Four comic, if I remember correctly. But this is J. Scott Campbell doing a first Shuri cameo as the Black Panther. So there you go. You got the first appearance, you got the cameo appearance. Plus, it's just a super cool cover, man. But you know what? We held you captive enough. Literally, you're a captive audience. Appreciate all of you guys watching. So thank you guys all for supporting the channel since 2015. Then again in 2018, we hit the milestone of 7,000 subs. I will post a video tomorrow or Saturday, and it'll be a contest video on what you need to do to enter to win all kinds of goodies, man. I'm going to give away a bunch of comics. I'm going to reach out.
I got a bunch too. I got some nice KRS comics I'm going to give away.
KRS, maybe we'll reach out to Rocket Comics, all our sponsors. If Matt's in the house, maybe we'll give away some CovrPrice memberships as well. So look out for that. Thank you guys all for letting us hit the 7,000 subs. But it's not about the subs. It's about the people that are in the live chat. All consistently 150 to 200 of you guys that watch on a weekly basis.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, come on. I never thought one person would want to watch what I had to say, but you guys keep coming back every week. It keeps me wanting to come back every week. It's awesome. I love you guys.
There you go. And those are Darkside Jedi's last words. No, I mean, you can't really top that. So I meant, any last words, Jack?
No, man. And you know what? I appreciate you guys being so welcoming, bringing me on. I have so much fun coming in here on Thursdays and doing this. You guys have built a hell of a community, and I'm excited for the continued growth of the channel. So again, appreciate you guys being so welcoming in your home.
IG Comic Lords, baby.
Jack is one of the most knowledgeable people I know in the comics world right now. And he does a lot of research, man. He does a lot of research. So make sure you follow Jack and Darkside Jedi on their social media platforms. I think Darkside Jedi's handle is I Love Demi Lovato.
That's true. I can't help it.
We will see you guys Tuesday for the Sunday for the Letters of the Long Box with Mikey Sutton. If you missed last week, we dropped some bombs on there, some cannonballs for you to go. But we'll be back again Sunday. We're going to try to do this every Sunday for our Letters of the Long Box show with Mikey Sutton from Geekosity dropping exclusives. Nice. But look for a video either from me from tomorrow or Saturday, and that's going to be the contest entry video. I'm not going to make you make a video. I'm not going to make you answer any crazy questions. Just watch the video and you'll find out how to enter the contest because, we want everybody. And typically we try to have as many winners as possible. So, 4 or 5 winners because all you guys are winners.
Everyone's a winner. Yeah.
Nobody is a loser. Well, except that one guy. But anyway.
There is one. Most of you are not losers.
For Jack and Darkside Jedi, this is TiVo. Keep digging in them long boxes and peace out, y'all.
do this. Rewind, select and come again. Pull up that from the top to the very last. Jump.
Who are you to make their lives bitter in hard bondage? In this you shall know that the Lord is
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, do it! We're here! We're back! We're here!
Yes, do what job.
You can't get fresher than this.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 5 greatest heroes. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
When it comes, I won't even notice.
Oh, how so?